If you're thinking about buying your first home, there are 9 things that you absolutely need to know. Most first-time home buyers find out the hard way. In this video, I'm going to go through every single step of the process so you can move forward with confidence. Let's go. Hi, I'm Nathan Richter, and I'm a real estate agent serving St. Albert and the Greater Edmonton area. So I'm a licensed agent, and I've built over 25 years of experience in the real estate business, from custom home building, being a general contractor, and I currently own a restoration company focusing on the home warranty program and restoration of condo projects. I've personally bought and sold many homes, and I have helped many first-time buyers. One of the things about working with first-time buyers is it takes me back to when I bought my first properties, the anxiety, that nagging little question in the back of my mind, am I doing this right? If you're feeling any of that right now, you're not alone. Most people only buy 2 or 3 homes in their entire lifetime, and your first one is likely the largest purchase you've ever made. That's a lot of pressure for someone that's never done it before. And here's the thing, it doesn't have to be stressful. In fact, I think it should be exciting. And my job today is to make sure that's exactly what it is for you. Here's what we're going to walk through together. 9 steps: build your team, establish your budget, find your realtor, define what you want, go house hunting, write the offer, get financing approval, do the inspection, and close on your new home. We'll go a little deeper on each one. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you are right now and exactly what your next move is. Step 1, and this is one most first-time buyers don't think about. It's building your team. Most people assume buying a home is a one-person show. It's not. Not even close. There are dozens of moving parts in the real estate transaction, and you need a team of specialists working with you. Your core team is 6 people. A realtor, that's me, that's your quarterback. A mortgage broker, your money person. Home inspector, your reality check. A real estate lawyer, your closer. Trades, plumbers, electricians, HVAC techs for after when you take possession. Cleaners, movers, the finish line crew that nobody thinks about until the end of the day. Now here's the good news. A well-networked realtor, and after being in the business and owning a construction company, I've built relationships with all of these people, have every one of them on speed dial. You don't need to vet a single person, as I've done it already. And I only refer people I'd use myself. So buying a home is a team sport. Make sure you've got a team. That is the fundamental move for you to be successful going forward. Step 2, establish your budget. Notice what I didn't say. I didn't say go look at homes. Step 2 is figuring out what you can actually afford. And this is where most first-time home buyers go straight to their bank. Don't do that. Talk to a mortgage broker instead. And here's why. A mortgage broker actually works for you, not for one specific lender. They'll shop multiple lenders to find you the best rate and terms. There's no cost to you because the lender pays their fees. And they typically have more flexible products, especially for first-time buyers. Your bank, their banker works for the bank. They can only sell you the bank's products. It's like walking into a Ford lot and asking if a Ford is the best car for you. Of course they're going to say it is. Once your broker has your full picture, income, debts, credit, down payment, employment record, you'll get pre-approval. And pre-approval is powerful. It gives you 4 things: a real written number you can shop with, a locked rate hold for upwards of 90 to 120 days depending on the lender, credibility because sellers know you're serious, and confidence because you won't fall in love with a home that's out of reach. I highly recommend talking to your mortgage broker so you can get that pre-approval, and it especially helps you when you get into multiple offer scenarios, which I will touch on later. So one important note, pre-approval is not the final approval. The lender still has to formally approve the mortgage once you have an accepted offer on a specific property, and we'll come back to that in step 7. Step 3, find a qualified realtor. Now look, I'm a realtor, so take this with whatever grain of salt you'd like, but hear me out, because not all realtors are created equal. And your first home is the wrong place to figure that out. Here's what to look for. Experience, years in the business, deals closed, local knowledge. They should know your market, neighborhood by neighborhood, process. they got to be knowledgeable. They should understand contracts, conditions, negotiation strategy, and personal experience is a bonus. Has this person bought or built their own homes? They'll guide you better if they have. And fit. You're going to spend 30 to 90 days with this person, so make sure you guys get along. You need to like them. 2 questions to ask any realtor you're considering. First, how many first-time buyers have you helped this year? Second, walk me through your process. If they can't answer those clearly, that's a flag. The right agent will save you time, money, and a lot of stress, and you don't need more because this is the first home purchase you've gone through, and it can be very overwhelming at times. So you want someone that can guide you through that entire process and make it enjoyable. Step 4, define what you want. Now that you know your budget, get specific. There are 5 things to think through. Size, the home, the bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, garage, lot size, area, what neighborhood, what's the commute, what's nearby, lifestyle, schools, parks, amenities, walkability, age and condition, is it a new build, resale, fixer-upper, and budget. What fits comfortably inside your pre-approval, not at the absolute max. And here's the trick. You build 2 lists, must-haves on one side, nice-to-haves on the other. Keep them separate because almost no first home is going to check every single box. And that's okay. A lot of this is about finding what's right for you. There will be some compromise. And one of the things that I recommend to clients, especially first-time home buyers, you may have a pre-approval at X dollars. Don't hit the ceiling. Leave some room to negotiate. Leave some room to fix up things that might come up later. It is an absolute necessity not to max out on your first home. And your job at this stage isn't to find the perfect home. Your job is to find the right home, the one that fits your life today and gives you room to grow. Whether you're going to have a family, grow into it, or only keep it for a few years, those are the things to think about right now. Step 5, house hunting. Now the fun begins, but here's the reality. The experience of house hunting depends almost entirely on the market you're in. In a buyer's market, you've got more homes than buyers, you've got time to think and compare, multiple options, room to negotiate. Sellers may even throw in incentives like covered closing costs or appliances. In a seller's market, the opposite is true. More buyers than homes, houses sell in days, sometimes even in hours. Multiple offers are common. You may end up competing with 3, 5, even 10 other buyers. There's almost no room to negotiate, and the pressure is intense. Here in the Edmonton area, the past few years have been predominantly a seller's market. So if you're buying in this market, experience matters. Strategy matters. Speed matters. If you want our quick guide on how to successfully navigate a multiple offer scenario, just shoot me a DM and I will get back to you and we'll send it your way. Now, I've recently just gone through this process with a first-time home buyer. They found a beautiful property here in St. Albert. They saw it as their forever home. Day 1, we got in there. We were the second people to see it. Within hours, we were fully booked up for showings that night and we were heading into multiples. 2 days later, 10 different offers. We went through the process that we recommend and guide you through. I had to walk them through this process because it can get very intense. It's quite stressful, especially when you really love the property. We ended up going in $30,000 over asking price with conditions, as I always recommend that you will have your conditions, and I'll touch on that later. We ended up not getting the property. Somebody came in over ask, even higher, unconditional. Ultimately, the seller went that route. We ended up seeing another property probably a week later, and they are closing on that in the next month or so. So super excited. It did work out for them. You just got to be patient. Step 6, writing the offer. You found the home you want. Now we put together an offer. And here's where strategy really matters. Every offer has 4 main levers. Lever 1, price, what you're willing to pay. Lever 2, deposit. That's your skin in the game. Typically 1 to 5% of the purchase price. Bigger deposits signal serious intent. Lever 3, conditions, financing, inspection, condo documents if applicable. So the fewer and shorter your conditions, the stronger your offer. Lever 4, possession date, when you actually take the keys. Sometimes matching the seller's preferred timing makes the difference between accepted and not. Other things matter as well. Including your pre-approval letter signals you're serious. Tight, reasonable conditions look much better than loose ones. And in some markets, a personal letter to the seller can help. Sometimes it's not just about the price. Oftentimes it is. But if there are offers that are very close together, implementing a strategy that includes the condition timing, possession date being flexible, even adding a personal letter, all these factors do matter. And there's another strategy that we implement as well. And it's something that not everybody does, but I'm a big believer in collaboration. The right agent doesn't just write, they negotiate, they position, and they read the room. From there, the seller will accept your offer, counter it, or reject it, and we plan for all three. Steps 7 and 8, your 2 critical conditions. Don't skip either of these. Step 7 is the financing condition. The lender confirms the appraisal value, verifies all your documents one last time, and issues the actual commitment letter. And listen carefully here, because this is the single most important warning in this entire video. Unless you are paying cash for the home, you never waive the financing condition, ever. I've seen it where buyers do this, feeling confident, wanting to look strong in multiple offers, and then something changes. A job, an underwriter's decision, an appraisal, and suddenly the deal collapses. You lose your deposit, and you can be sued by the seller for damages and lost time. It can cost you literally tens of thousands of dollars. So step 8, inspection. This is your property inspection. Top to bottom review of the home you've fallen in love with. A good inspector covers the roof, foundation, structure, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, windows, doors, and major appliances. Now here's a key insight. Not every flagged item is a real issue. Some are cosmetic, some are end of life, like an older furnace or a water heater. Some are genuine safety or structural concerns. The right inspector and right agent help you triage what actually matters. After inspection, you have 3 options. Move forward as is, negotiate the price, repairs, or credits based on what was found, or walk away. And yes, you have that right under the condition. So recently, I helped a buyer client find a property she absolutely loved. We negotiated a deal with the price. Everybody was happy. The inspection came back and actually found a couple issues where we couldn't see them through the walkthrough. This is a situation where you can actually go back and talk about a reduction of price. We justified it through the inspection report, and we were able to come through a solution with the buyer and seller where there was a reduction of price. So sometimes this does happen, but these are for things that you can't readily see when you're doing your walkthrough. Again, a good agent and inspector will talk about this. So these 2 conditions are your protection. Use them. Step 9, closing and possession day. The final mile. Financing approved, inspection good. We officially remove the conditions, which turns your deal from conditional to firm. From here, you cannot walk away without losing your deposit. That's why every step before this matters. Now your real estate lawyer takes the baton. They review the contract and title, coordinate funds with your lender, handle land transfer and title registration, prepare the statement of adjustments, and hold your funds in trust until everything is registered. In the days leading up to possession, here's your checklist. Set up your utilities, power, gas, water, internet. Update your home insurance. It has to be active starting the day you take possession. Book your movers and cleaners and any day one trades. Do a final walkthrough with me and confirm your closing funds with your bank or broker. And then possession day. Keys hit your hand. You walk into your first home. And this is the moment that I really enjoy when I get to see a first-time home buyer walk into the first property they've ever bought. The stress and the excitement, all of it, the journey concludes, and they get to open up that door for the first time and call it home. That feeling, that moment, that's why I love this work. So that's it. 9 steps from where you are today to keys in your hand. If you're planning to buy your first home in St. Albert or the Greater Edmonton area, I would love to be your guide. Send me a DM, shoot me a text or email, give me a call, and I'll get right back to you. If you want our multiple offer guide, again, send me a DM and we'll send that your way. If you found this helpful, share it with someone who's about to buy their first home. You might just save them thousands of dollars and a lot of stress. I'm Nathan Richter with eXp Realty. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.